with MediaU. This is where we do accelerated 13-minute or less mentoring sessions to help you advance your career, to break ahead, to break through, and to break across everything that you need to break across to advance your career in film, television, media, all the media arts, all the creative arts. Today, we have a pretty amazing guest, a director, producer, activist, director of documentaries, producer of features and documentaries, someone who's also just directed her first feature from Tuscany, from Italy, uh, Michela Scolari. Hi, Michela. How are you today?
Hi, Adam. Hi, everybody. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm pretty fantastic, and it's such a pleasure to see you and to talk with you. You've had a pretty extraordinary career. How many films and TV projects have you worked on, both those that have been made and those that have been developed?
I guess dozens of projects everywhere in the world, particularly theater and documentaries so far.
How many different countries have you worked in?
Many Italy, France, UK, Romania, Ukraine, United States, South America, Saudi Arabia.
And how many languages do you speak?
Five.
What are they?
I speak Italian very well, French, English, Romanian, and Spanish.
It's fantastic.
Mm.
How has your ability with languages helped your career as a producer?
Very much. I think actually, if I didn't speak all of these languages, or at least three of them properly, I wouldn't have access to the career that I had. I'm sure about that.
So let's get started. For people who are starting out or early career, what's the first big mentoring tip that you would give them?
Um, you know that we spoke many times about the fact that to me it's all about storytelling and the structure of storytelling, how you pick a story, how you devote yourself to a story. And I remember my mentor many years ago, a mentor that you know very well, Umberto Eco, telling me, um, pick a story that you know so well, that you love so much, that you need to share it. Unless you care it so much that it's vital to you, just don't even try to share the story to anyone else. Because if you don't care, nobody else would care.
Michaela, when you say vital, what do you mean vital?
I mean that it's a story that is so important to you that change your life, impact your life, that you think it could be impacting others people's life, that could make a difference. That's a story that is vital, not only to you, filmmaker, who wants to make it happen, but to the world, to everybody, a universal story.
Okay. Well, it takes so long to get movies made. It takes so long to get projects made, theater pieces made. It takes so long to get anything done. Uh, what kind of mentoring can you give people in terms uh, of hanging in there?
Well, I every morning I wake up and I tell myself, even if you're in pieces, tired, depressed, just keep going a little step every single day towards the person, the filmmaker that you want to become. Will take you there faster and better than a marathon. That's the little tip that I would give to everybody.
How do you motivate yourself after running in place for weeks or months to actually get out of bed every day and still do a little bit and take a step?
I guess rejections are part of every career. I just cannot live without what I do. I would say that everybody that decides to jump into this crazy industry should know that rejections happen every second, and that we don't really choose this career because we want to be famous or successful, but because we would die without it. So that's how I handle rejections. I write and I direct and I produce because There's nothing else I would do, regardless if the projects get made or not.
Yes, that's so interesting because sometimes when people come to me and ask me, where should I start? Uh, I do everything I can to discourage them from coming in to our business at really any level, whether it's about
Yeah,
writer, producer, director, production manager, production accountant, whatever it is. And it's really a test.
yeah,
And the test is if they say, I'm not going to be discouraged, then they've passed the test
yeah,
and then they're ready to go. But
yeah.
if my verbal discouragement is able to discourage them, probably you're not ready for the roller coaster of this industry.
100%. I do that. I do that to everybody that wants to work with me, everybody that asks me for an advice, and I do it to myself as well. Anytime I'm ready for a new project, I think that I'm ready for a new project, I test myself in these ways. And for example, I would work on an idea, I would go pitch it to other producers. If I get back 10 no's, and I still think that I cannot live without making that happen, then it means that I have to make it happen. If after 10 no's, I give up, then it means that it wasn't so important. So I guess in our business every day is a test or multiple tests.
It sounds like what you're saying is that a creative career is as much a lifestyle as it is a career.
It is a lifestyle, 100%. It is.
Okay, let's get to a third mentoring tip um, about what's the third thing that you would say, particularly about how you open yourself to information and content and a flow of great material that you can draw on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the fun tip, or at least that sounds fun to me. I um I'm curious, so I read a lot, everything, whatever genre, from whatever period. I watch multiple films in multiple languages. I go to theater a lot. I get inspired by everything and everybody. Um, but this is another tip that I actually borrow from someone else, and his name was Monicelli. Monicelli used to say, learn how to steal, but make it yours. So, in other words, get inspired by everything. You find inspiration at every angle. But then always be faithful to your vision. Learn how to steal and then make it yours.
For people who are not familiar with Monticelli, who is Monticelli?
Oh, the very definition of Italian cinema to people like me. It's one of the great Italian filmmakers that defined his generation, the one before, and all future generations. A genius.
Hmm. What are some of Monticelli's favorite film? What are some of Monticelli's films that are your favorites?
I love all of them, but actually, I'm gonna suggest to watch a movie that wasn't probably is really international movie, and the title is in Italian Amici miei, and it was Monicelli's attempt to be more comedy-like, and it's a gorgeous comedy set in Florence about these five forever friends that make all the possible mistakes and protect each other, and by doing that, they define the real Italian heart and the real Italian sense of community. So, Amici miei, translated into my friends.
Fantastic, thank you. I haven't seen that movie, so I'm going to watch it
Watch it. You have to watch it. You're gonna love it.
along with all the members of our community. Okay, so Michaela, uh, you have just directed your first narrative feature, a film you wrote, a film that honored to produce. Uh, what advice, mentoring? What's the one big thing you would give to someone who is about to direct their first feature, since you've just done it?
I'm gonna give everybody an advice that Adam Leipzig gave me one day on set after I was freaking out, not sleeping, and feeling that my vision was betrayed. Adam Leipzig told me, breathe, sleep, be kind, and focus on your story. You're gonna get there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the echo. And Michaela, wh- what would you now think back for a minute? Imagine yourself when you were perhaps 16, um, knowing now what you
Yeah.
know and what you didn't know then. What would you tell your younger self?
Don't try to please everybody because you want so bad to get an opportunity in this business that you dream of being part of, you know? So I've learned the hard way, I believe, that we shouldn't force ourselves to please whoever just in order for them to make your dreams true. You are the only person entitled to make your dreams coming true. So just go your way and work hard. That's what I would tell my younger self.
And there is a lot of hard work, isn't there?
Lots of hard work and never ends.
Well, Michaela, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on Breakthrough with MediaU. Uh, I and we all wish you amazing success in the film and everything else that you're doing. And for members of the MediaU community, thank you so much for joining us and being here. This is free, but you've got to register to be part of it. So please share with your friends, get your friends to register and come on board. We'd love to have as many people as possible in this community so we can share these mentoring tips and help everybody move forward with your careers. Thank you so much and see you next time.
Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you, Media You. Thank you.